Hey there, it's Enderverse. Today we'll go over mods of the year, this time the second half. If you haven't watched the first half, here you go. It should pop up on the screen right now. Watch it later. Now let's dive into the video. Rustic Engineer is the first on the list, and this is a small and simple technology mod. It adds a variety of mechs and vehicles that you can ride and utilize for many purposes. Amongst others, robotic minions are useful companions. They will follow you around, and by equipping them with a chest, you will get yourself a few extra slots of inventory. Abyssal submarines can help you dive very deep without requiring potions, turtle helmets, or any kind of headaches. Just jump abroad and explore deep trenches infinitely. A spider mech, an airship, and even a dragonfly plane are all included too. But since this isn't a full showcase, I will allow you the pleasure of discovering them by yourself, my friend. Some of these mods are best played with partners, either because it's funnier to do so, or because you could really use the extra hand. That's where Pine Hosting comes in, a sponsor I think you'll generally love, my friend. Pine Hosting is terrific, and my favorite part about it is its modpack installer, making it one click away to play one of the 2024 modpacks of the year with your homies. For as little as $3 per month, you get multiple server locations around the world, an instant version switcher, a simple control panel, easy file management for things like maps and data packs, and best of all, a real human support and not some useless AI bot. Using Pine Hosting not only makes running a modded server affordable and hassle-free, but it also supports the Enderverse channel, helping me keep doing this full time. Plus, with my code ENDER, you can get a massive 30% discount on your first month. Just click the link in the description, grab a server, and start right ahead. This is a mod that will add a lot of vanilla-friendly animations. There are animations for general movement, animations for combat, resource gathering, and more. There are also a lot more mods that work hand in hand with serious player animations, lest you want more fluidity. Mods of this kind are quite rare, and even so are often not compatible with both Forge and Fabric. So this is a very convenient and stable option to install. The Zombies More is a fairly small mod, only adding 5 new mobs, expanding upon the zombies in Minecraft. Some of the mobs that intrigued me the most were the Explosive Zombie and the Boomer Zombie. One will throw a bunch of dynamite at your face, the other is a dynamite in of itself, as it will explode and leave lingering powder and particles in the area. There are also a bunch of items dropped by these zombies, along with new potions to brew and items to craft too. This is a very small and exciting mod to have installed, very high quality and quite enjoyable too. This mod adds use to the Fletching Table in Minecraft. And I know you've heard these words many times already, but let me explain why this one is a little more special. The Fletching Tables remain true to their original textures. However, when you click it, it will open this new menu. You could now create bows and arrows alike. And what I loved about this mod are the sounds along with the functionality. It may look like I'm glazing the mod, but come on, this looks like Mojang have officially added this feature. Would be very lame of the mod if it stopped at this, but what's more is that you can create new types of arrows with this working Fletching Table. Again, the author has nailed the sounds, design, and the usage of these new arrows, increasing immersion even more. Even new bows can be exclusively assembled using this table. Some will teleport the targets, others will blow them away, and some are just too powerful. I know, a longer than usual section, but this mod truly deserves the spotlight here. Inspired by Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Skylands mod adds a bunch of new biomes far beyond ground levels. This isn't a casual world generation mod, no, in fact it adds new mobs, dungeons located on the Skylands, along with special loot found in said dungeons. And on a less relevant note, I love the cloud effects that surround islands. It brings this place a sovereign feel, making it look more accurate to the islands in the Zelda game. The mod has recently been updated and it's still in its alpha stages, so you may want to save it in your to be played list. LUMINOUS mod is a huge project, so big you could get busy for weeks playing it as a standalone mod. What makes this mod very enjoyable and immersive are many things in fact. Most prominently, overhauling the vanilla biomes, adding in new blocks, pumping the fauna with different species of animals, in addition to an improved world generation and fun attractions with some creatures. You could also set out on a hunting trip with the purpose of finding one of the 8 legendary creatures within the LUMINOUS mod. A word of caution, it won't be easy. This mod is fabulous, and the author is such a proactive creator that they made several different mods expanding on things like the nether, the monsters, the overworld, and more. Amendments is a VanillaPLUS mod that has been brought to us by the same author behind Complementary's mod. The focus here was to enhance and modify a few vanilla blocks, things like lanterns, lecterns, jukeboxes, etc. This mod was made to be played alongside the Complementary's mod, but be it as it may, you could install it alone if you just want the visual features. TerrariaCraft is a mod that will simulate Terraria in Minecraft. Simple as, but the implementation was incredibly good. The graphics and textures were entirely remade, attacking style and animations have been improved, new enemies have been added to fight, along with a highly explorative terrain too. I would argue that this mod isn't just a best of the year mod, but may also be categorized as a best of all time mod, considering the sheer quality and depth it offers. The author here took the concept to the Kraken and made it 50 times scarier and deadlier than ever. The Wilted is a monster that will hunt you in the dark. Though it fears the light, the Wilted will try and destroy all light sources around your house. If successful, the Wilted can then proceed with the butchery. It will carry you up and slam you to the ground, killing you in 1 or 2 slams at best. This mod is terrific, I mean terrifying, and it feels refreshing, opposite to the overrated cave dweller concept. Simple Clouds is a realistic mod that has to do with the weather in Minecraft. From the get-go, you'll notice a massive visual difference from vanilla, with clouds being way thicker and taller, along with a gradient color that goes from black to white, based on the weather condition. Exciting features of the mod included localized weather, with conditions changing from one spot to another. You may even glance the other side through, let the clouds look very dark and unsettling, which may very well be a storm coming up. This mod is still experimental, so expect it to grow significantly better over the course of the upcoming months. The first city is the most expensive mod ever made, costing a little over 50 Gs. I won't bore you with the details of how it was made, I'll get straight to the point this time. So the mod basically makes use of the ancient city portal, allowing players to enter a new dimension called the First City. Upon entering this place, you've got one mission, which is to locate the iBoss and shoot it with a searching cannon. The journey is so enjoyable, with sudden attacks from the eye itself to full-blown cutscenes, which caught me off guard the first time I played the mod. The mod ended up not being used for the purpose it was made for, but I love that it was shared around for all players to enjoy. That, in my opinion, is a much more meaningful purpose. This next mod is one of my favorites, and it's the Formidulus. Deep inside this cave, you will come across a group of cultists worshipping a deer head. Now, that deer head right there is the main point of the mod. After clearing out the cultists, the head will transform into a new strong boss simply named Deer. This new boss is of high quality, with many special behaviors like changing its main weapon after it's broken, to teleportation when nearing death, all the way to accumulation blood of dead cultists and forming a deadly claw. I just love boss fight mods, and especially those that are progressive and feature fluid animations. I made a video all about these kind of mods, so if you are like me, obsessed with adding new bosses to the game, make sure to watch it after you are done with this one, or just save it for later, your choice. This mod also happens to be a boss fight mod, but aside from this fact, it also adds a few player-sized enemies. The mod is quite impressive in every aspect possible, be it animations, sounds, and even the impact of each enemy's attack here. As for the bosses, which is the highlight of the mod, well, I must say I'm blown away. The diversity of the attacks makes the battle all the more engaging. There are grab attacks, block spraying animation, and generally beautiful melee attacks. This mod is definitely not underrated, as it has just been released 2 months ago, but it should certainly occupy a spot on your bosses to be fought kinda list. Aquatica is an immersion oceanic mod, but it doesn't actually change the vanilla oceans in any way. Instead, you should travel to a new dimension, one that looks quite familiar. What I loved about the mod are the creatures here. There are many, and each one of them is well made and at times horrifying. You can also make new equipment with Aquatica, a submarine for fast traveling, scuba gear to be able to explore tight spaces, and even a Neptune suit, which I've never seen anywhere else before. The Aquatica mod is not supplementary to any part of the game. Instead, it gives you an entire new journey to pursue, especially if you are fond of oceanic mods or games such as Subnautica. Timeless and Classic Zero surely made some noise in the community, making said mod compatible with virtually every modern version, along with supporting both Fabric and Force. Now let's push the nitty-gritty stuff aside and talk about the animations. Inspection will now move along the entire camera, shaking it side to side and making it highly gratifying to observe. In addition, carrying certain weapons can alter player animations, making it quite modernistic. I could go on and make this a 15-minute section, but what I said suffices. If you love this style of mods, which Mojang obviously doesn't, this mod will certainly scratch that itch for you. Sounds has emerged as a supplementary audio mod, increasing the amount of soundtracks heard throughout your journey. This has included your inventory, making every item, block and tool play a different sound each time you pick or disperse them. This effect has extended to the outward experience of placing and destroying blocks as well. The mod also modified things like planting a flower, walking with a Frostwalker enchantment, and even eating a cake, which is quite unusual. The sounds mod will work best for those who would like an improved, yet minimalist audio experience. Infinity Cave mod introduces new and deeper types of cave biomes, and not just for the sake of extending the world generation, but to extend the game's progression itself. To go here, you first need to have a full diamond armor. Reason being are the mobs that will be spawning in waves, one stronger than the last. After a while, the mod enables you to explore many new additions, from special bows, to gas-emitting shields, to harpoons, to axes, and a lot more new weapons to fight with. The mod is quite unique in that it brings a playthrough within the game playthrough, as you will have to survive and later thrive in these cave biomes. Goblin's Tyranny is up next, and this mod is an excellent RPG option, adding several new structures built and maintained by goblins. For villagers, they are not always the most hospitable places. Goblins around these parts are very territorial. They are trained to kill first, chop later. However, some small camps and shops around the world can have peaceful goblins, those who will trade with you, or for the very least, not try to kill you. There is an extensive lore behind these goblins, and many new armors, weapons, and tools can be obtained along the way. Terramity is yet another RPG mod. This one, however, is quite larger, introducing the closest thing to a fully fledged game. The mod has many new items to exploit, be it firearms, magical weapons and tools, or armors with unheard of properties. The insanity of the mod goes on, with crazy strong bosses that possess all sorts of magic and different attacking patterns, to an actual black hole bomb. As in the case for other mods on this list, Calamity is just too big to be covered in one segment. So, take your time in exploiting it. A lot of time actually. This is a new mod by Young Nick Young. The author here tried to enhance the vanilla game, as he always does. This time, however, to the addition of 2 new cave biomes. The mod is still new, so not many mechanics have been added yet. Nevertheless, there are a few things you could do here. Firstly, the 2 biomes feature new blocks and items, some useful for brewing special potions, others are great for decoration, and some can be used to lure in one of the new mobs. Young is planning a lot of content for this new mod, so in the near future we may get unique additions, maybe even an integration with the rest of Young's mods. Ambiance was mentioned in this year's wrap-up not because of its size, but because of its uniqueness. The mod introduces new VFX features to the game, improving and adding few changes along the way. Currently, there are only 2 or 3 mods that do a similar visual, so this mod may not be groundbreaking, though it is rare and beautiful too. Calamity MC is a direct inspiration from the famous Terraria mod. The bosses from said mod have been added, 2 in total, the Eye of Cthulhu and the Desert Scourge. In addition, there are new crafting stations to manufacture the Calamity weapons, and few extra structures that you can come across. The mod is available as a data pack too, but I would recommend the mod version for more stability. Choup's Drakvyrn is a mod centered around dragons, which has been my favorite theme since I was a kid. Dragons are pretty cool. The way in which you obtain your own dragon, however, is simpler than any other mod. You simply climb this tower, right-click the egg, endure some beating from the dragon while feeding it raw meat on a stick, and there you go. But the dragon won't be controllable until you craft the ancient ring. After that you can simply rule it around, fight with it, or just use it for fast travel. The mod extends upon the dragon concept, adding new tools, weapons, and armors you could obtain by killing said monsters. It's also very well made and a bit rare too. We wrap up this video with Under the Moon mod. The idea behind this mod was to add a forest of darkness filled with many odd creatures, most, if not all of which are hostile. I like how you can interact with some of the passive creatures, like mounting some, and even weaponizing others. In addition to the fun battles you'll have with the aggressive mobs, where they shoot quails at you, or summon a bunch of minions to defend themselves. The mod also features a ritual where you can summon a mini-boss called the Wendigo. It's not too powerful, but has similar attacking patterns as the Warden, so it can be troubling. This is a mod that will promote mystery and horror in Minecraft, and I found it quite enjoyable myself, especially with the loot you'll be getting afterwards. And that was all. I'm thankful for the developers who made the mods, my fellow modding YouTubers, be it Squad, Creatures, Demon Joe, plus a few non-AI creators. And most importantly, I'd like to thank you for sticking around with my channel as we discover the releases and events of 2024. Now I'll see ya in the next one, my friend. And here is a playlist for all projects of the year for 2024.